This here's a story about the hypnosis principal. George Kenny was Northport High School's principal from 1999 to 2011 in Northport, Florida. So Sundance TV is set to release a 4-part true crime docu-series that actually previewed yesterday or 2 days ago now, by the time this comes out, June 15th. And it's called Look Into My Eyes. This docu-series is focusing on George Kenny, this former Northport High School principal, who was hypnotizing students, teachers, faculty members for years without a license. Students would come to him for hypnosis to help them with their concentration, anxiety, and many other reasons. The hypnosis came to light in the spring of 2011 when 3 students suddenly died unexpectedly, 2 of which were suicides. All 3 were confirmed to be hypnotized by Dr. Kenny. The students who died, Brittany Palumbo, Marcus Freeman, and Wes McKinley. McKinley was hypnotized at least 3 times, including one day before he committed suicide in April of 2011. Freeman was learning self-hypnosis from Dr. Kenny to deal with pain management from playing football. He was hypnotized 5 days before his fatal car crash where he swerved his truck off the highway into a tree. And Palumbo was dealing with an emotional breakup, and she was hypnotized at least once in October of 2010, died by suicide in May of 2011. Now, this dude was charged with 2 misdemeanors, including practicing therapeutic hypnosis without a license. In February 2012, he pleaded no contest and served no jail time as a part of a deal where he served 1 year of probation. This is heavy and it weighs close to home. For anybody who may not know, I actually attended Northport High School and graduated from Northport High School. Devin, you attended Northport High School too. We both did years ago.
Still live very close to Northport High School.
And right, you back down there now. So
Yep.
This was crazy shit. And this happened in like 2011. I mean, he had been hypnotizing people for years. He hypnotized upwards of like 70 plus students, faculty members, staff throughout who knows unknown amount of years without the
parents
license.
and families involved.
Crazy shit.
Yep.
So now, Grant, and the students actually started dying after Devin and I were actually gone. We graduated and then we moved to Michigan. So, but it was crazy, dude. So, Sam, do you remember hearing about this at all? Or because the reason we're touching about it now is because they're just releasing this docu-series about it. So it's going to get revisited and it's going to be painful trauma to the victims' families again and all that. I mean, this is just crazy. And guy served no jail time. So what do you think?
Yeah, I heard about this stuff briefly, but they swept that stuff under the rug. And I feel like that's so crazy that a principal, man, with all this stature and all this influence on these kids would practice some crazy tricks like this. Like, why would you even do this stuff? You know, like you don't have a license, man. This stuff is very dangerous. You can, man, you can change so many people's lives. I don't know, man. I just feel like the crime doesn't fit the punishment, man, because you should be in jail for these hypnosis with these young kids, man, for real. Like they're young guys, young lady, lost their life. You're pretty much one of the blames of that stuff. So,
hey, you know, when we went there, man, it was crazy. After we heard about this, when it came about years later. You remember when it first happened, Devin, you would see like on Facebook and people were talking about, because the thing was about Dr. Kenny, man, like he was there a long time. A lot of students loved this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. He was 50-50 with the population at the school. There was a percentage that loved him and there was a percentage that didn't love him.
Mm-hmm. Period. And so when this happened and a lot of people were blaming him for it, and then the ones who loved him were defending him. And even I've seen even recently, as in a couple of weeks ago, some people on my Facebook have posted like, you know, about this docu-series coming out, and people were stating their opinions now. So it's coming back out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing more people like they show more love for him than actually hold him accountable. So, Devin, do you think he's accountable or shares responsibility for what happened to these 3 students?
I 100% believe that he deserves some type of accountability or consequence from it. Absolutely.
Yeah, he got off easy, 1 year probation.
Yeah.
1 year probation is it. That's insane.
That's nothing because you can actually pay that stuff off. You don't even have to do anything. No community service or anything. You can pay that stuff off.
And he lost his teaching license. Big damn deal.
Right, exactly. And let's take away some of the serious stuff away from it. He was still illegally practicing without a license. He was basically trying to brainwash people. That was the motive and the goal here. He was trying to take advantage of people. That was what he was trying to do. And he went, by a title that he wasn't.
And it makes me wonder why he would do that. Like, why would you be hypnotizing kids, even if they heard that you do it, and a lot of them asked for him to do it, but still, like, why are you trying to get in people's heads like that, man? I don't understand the concept behind that, to help with their concentration or their anxiety or their this or their that. Everybody deals with their own shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what the normal high school kids do, smoke some weed or something. I mean, I'm not promoting it, but I'm just saying,
go hang out with other kids your age, not with an adult.
And it makes me feel suspicious on Dr. Kenny's behalf. Like, maybe he was trying to fuck some kids or something. I don't like that, man.
That sounds like a pedophile. That sounds like some pedophile type stuff.
It sounds funny, right?
And the thing is, too, you read a lot of the reports, and the reports are like, he hypnotized kids and teachers and their families. You don't see them going on depth that he was hypnotizing kids by themselves without parent consent.
Right, without a license.
There. He was doing it while these kids were in school, in his office, by themselves.
Yeah, weird shit. And then doing it on camping trips and this and that, and just a whole bunch of crazy shit, man. But listen, man, he got off so easy with this, and each family ended up receiving $200,000 settlements to each. So $600,000 out the pockets of the state of Florida. Each family got $200,000. That's ridiculous. This incident, like I said, separated the students, but I'm sitting here and I'm going to tell all of y'all, Dr. Kenny, whether he was a good or bad person, I don't know. That's up to God to judge. But I can tell you, my experience with him there was not great at all. Like,
and some shit happened by that as a witness, 100%.
And it was not good at all. And I feel like he was ultimately responsible for in some part of the deaths of these 3 kids. Because I'm gonna tell you what, if somebody has emotional issues, they have depression, they have this, if you hypnotize them and you are not licensed, even if you are licensed and you hypnotize them, especially not being licensed, you could potentially fuck them up worse. And that's I think the case in what happened in a couple of these people here, man. And you don't know what somebody's going to do when they're depressed anyway. You don't know what somebody's going to do. Like, you don't know their head like that. Even if you know hypnosis, like, you don't know their mental health. Mental health is a mystery and a battle everybody's still trying to figure out to this day. It's not down to an exact science. If it was, then there would be no more mental health problems if people just simply abided by it. So most of the kids that we knew at the time all liked Dr. Kenny. And when I went to school there, I never heard about none of the hypnosis shit. I never heard about none of it when I was there. I didn't hear about it till after the fact. And then the incidents happened. So, but everybody has their own experience with Dr. Kenny. This is a sad thing. I feel very bad for the families of these students, and that they're going to have to relive this again with this docu-series coming out. And $200,000 each later to each family, man. That's pretty sickening. And this man was not held accountable life at all. He gets away again. So the fact that how many lives this fucking guy has impacted, for better or for worse, a lot of the cases I know now for worse, his impact on my life was in a negative way. And obviously with these three students that lost their lives, and now their families are, without them forever, and they got to relive all this dumb shit, man. It's just sickening, man. Can't believe they didn't lock him up, bro. Justice is not always served in this country, rarely served anymore.
Every person put in that situation got to look out behind their back.
Right, and this man trying to play God.
No,
for real, because he can say one thing, hypnose you to one thing, and then add some other stuff as well. There's nobody watching, so like
he's making you believe whatever he wants you to believe.
Right. So it's the conscious. So it's the unconscious mind. So you're believing this stuff. So this stuff going around in your head already. So that's evil as hell anyway, man. So he already had cruel intentions. Why would you even try to learn this stuff or whatever, unless you're gonna do that stuff for real? Like
as a high school principal,
that's black magic, man. You preying on kids, you messing up their minds. They already got enough stuff going on in their lives already. you know, being 16, 15, 16, 17. You
Like,
know,
you're
for real, you
making
should be
you're the impressionable person on them at that point.
right. For real, you're a top guy, you're a scholar, you've done all this stuff, PhD. So they're gonna look at you as a role model type guy. And now you got this crazy idea, oh, let me hypnotize this person so they can really like me. They can really like, but bro, it's not even about that stuff, man. You mess with people semi-conscious, you
Yep.
know. So yeah, that's dirty. That's dirty ball, bro.
And the bottom line is, usually from the ages of like 13 to 19 or 20, the brain is not even fully functioning and developed yet. You know, in any
Right.
person, it's still growing and developing
Very
and
naive.
learning. You have no business fucking with somebody's brain at that stage of their life. You should have to be at least in your mid-20s to do that shit, man. Like that's insane, because insane shit comes from that, and no good came from this. So hey, our condolences are with the families again. And hey, if you went to Northport High School and you watching this video, I appreciate you for checking us out, man.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna be honest with you about the whole situation, but appreciate y'all.